Hello from Canada this Monday, August 29th. The protests in Canada continue, but on the upside, the West seems to be more formal and their protests are better and more organized. I do believe here in Ontario, the numbers of protesters and protests are dwindling. As alas, it truly is in vain. I mean, the government simply ignores them. Just could not care less. I mean, we're weeks away from them having control of the mainstream media, etc., etc. Their agenda continues unabated and on a fast track, one of their favorite expressions. But even our mainstream media totally ignores them. Countrywide. I mean, prior to February and the truckers' convoy, Freedom Convoy in Ottawa, they would touch on it. They'd say, oh, there was a protest this weekend in Toronto. There were 100 misogynistic, white supremacists and far-right extremists waving Nazi flags and Confederate flags. And, well, they're all just extremists. Now they don't even bother commenting. I mean, their masters who signed their paychecks, the regime of Trudeau, ignores the protests. Why would they not? The independent journalists, I mean, if they followed every protest, they'd get nothing else done. And there isn't much news. I mean, if you're aware that we're protesting, you're aware, and if you're unaware, well, there's still a lot of the population who calls the protesters free dummers, you know, the stupid, the weak, the lazy, and the useless. They just, what are you protesting about? Some truckers didn't want to take the jib, I've taken 6, I take another 6. That's their mindset, and that isn't going to change. So, alas, while we continue to protest, it truly, I hate to say it, but it is in vain. The government's attitude is, let them wave their little flags. Soon we will make that illegal, and their little flags as well. At least they're not beating their plowshares into swords. And I'll leave you with that rather antiquated expression. The peasants aren't yet beating their plowshares into swords.